Satatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamashu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya Avir Maidhi Rudro Jate Dakshinam Mukha Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today we'll try to read the second chapter of the Shanti Gita. And this text is very important because it removes the bereavement and suffering of Sri Arjuna Bhagavan gave this instruction. So if we read very carefully, then we can also probably attend to that. So the second chapter starts the Arjuna with a question of Arjuna, like Bhagavad Gita. It is said that every chapter Arjuna puts some question, Sri Bhagavan replies to that question, and that is the way this Gita started, and this Shanti Gita type is same. Arjuna said, Mano buddhi indriyanam jo atma nahi gocharam sakathang labhyate Krishna tad bruhi yadunandana. He's asking that we are talking about this Atman, which is pure, which is beyond our senses and beyond our perception. So how that Atman, kathang labhyate, how can one attain that? O Yadunandana, tad bruhi, O Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, tell me. Which is because we understand everything through mano, buddhi, indriyanam, atma. We understand everything through the mind, mano, by intellect. Understanding is intellect. And indriya, the senses. I see something to the eyes and things. But that atma, so how, which is the essence of this mano, buddhi and indriya? Is the behind the mind, intellect and ego and everything behind. How I, with the mind, can understand that, or my intelligence, how can I experience that? So please tell me that truth. So Bhagavan started responding to that question. Sri Bhagavan Uvachu, second verse, Atma uti sukshma rupatvat buddhi adinam agochar. Point is that Atman is Ati Sukshma, finer than the finest, subtler than the subtlest. Buddhi adinam agochara. Buddhi, intellect, mind, and other things, they cannot grasp it. True. But how can it be achieved? Labhyate Vedavakyena. By determining on the words of the Vedas, Aham Brahmasmi, the Mahavakyas, great dictums, day and night thinking, I am not the body, I am the Atman, and Acharya Anugrahena. Spiritual knowledge can only be attained by the grace of Guru, Acharya. Acharya means the Sadguru who has the clear understanding about the spiritual truth, and serving that Guru or learning from him directly, only the knowledge can be attained. So it is though fine, it is finer than the finest, it is subtler than the subtlest. Your question is correct. It cannot be achieved through the senses, through the mind, through the intellect. But Vedavakyena, by Vedavakya, that is the Brahma what is called the Mahavakas, great dictums. By that we can attain that even two things. Guru, by Acharya Anugraha, by the grace of Guru, and serving the Veda, the great dictum day and night, according to you. Again, third verse continues the same way. Bhagavan says, Mahavakya vicharena Guru Upadishta Margataha Shishyo Gunavishampanna Lavetu Suddha Manasa. Mahavakya vicharena, if one starts repeating the great dictum, four dictums are there. What is that? One is called Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. Another is called Tat Tvamasi, thou art that. Pragyanam Brahma. And another is I am Atma Brahma. I am this Atman is that Brahma. So these are the four dictums. Different person can take any one of them. And of course, that is determined by the tradition. For a monastic tradition, Aham Brahmasmi is for the Puri Sampradaya, that means in which, because it came from Totapuri and other that tradition coming from Sankara down. So, Mahavakya Vicharena, by the analysis of Mahavakya, by deliberating on the great dictums, and next is Guru Upadishta Margata. What Guru instructs, one should follow that instruction perfectly. And Guru Upadishta Marga, the Marga, the path, following the path, as directed by the or given by the spiritual teacher, following that, Shishyo Guna Avishampanno Labheto Shuddha Manasa. The pure-minded disciple, by practicing that, mind will be pure, free from attachment, free from aversion. So this that by that way, Shishyo Guna Avishampanno, that they become Labheto Shuddha Manasa. Their mind will be purified, or purified minded disciple endowed with the noble qualities, then they will soon attain that Brahman or that Atman. So the path is one important thing, the Mahavakya Vichara. Mahavakya Vichara, Aham Brahmasmi. This is three words. Aham Brahma Asmi. Simple, so small. And what to do? You say and you will realize God. No. You have to analyze what does it mean. What is Aham means. One is Brahma means. What is Osi means. And how we can remove all the misconception about what I, about Brahman, about this connection. So this is the fundamental thing, is a part of analysis. So Mahavakya Vicharena. And not only that, everyone should be very serious to practice the discipline, the teaching which Guru has given. Practice and not in your own way, but as directed by the Guru. Most of us do mistake. We forget what Guru has said. We do our own way. 90% people do that. They don't. They either they forget or they do their own way. They make a sense. Oh, this is this and this and that, and they say, oh, nothing happening. I am trying for doing prayer meditation. Nothing happening because we don't follow the instruction. Here is Guru Upadishta Marga. What have been stated by Guru and the path he has seen, the analytical path, whatever Guru has told, without editing. That's why I say it should not be edited. And Shishya should be pure-hearted. Unless the mind is clean from attachment, aversion, and all these negative things, this we cannot achieve the truth. Fourth verse. Ekartha Vede Mahavakya Chatushtaya Tattamasi Gurur Vakta Sutva Siddhim Avapniyat. There are four great dictums in the Vedas, as I just mentioned. They indicate the same meaning. Four dictum, each great dictum, what is called great dictum, all words are tiny words, small words. But I am that. That is the greatest of the word, but it indicates to the highest experience. So that's why they are extraordinary, they are extra special. That's why Maha means great, vast. That Bakko is not a sentence, but it's a great message there. And the one can feel that I am that. So, Ekartha Bodhakam, all the great dictums are meaning Eko Artha, only one meaning. And that has been mentioned in the four Vedas, Vede Mahavakya Chatushtaya. In the Vedas, they are Mahavakya of the four. Tattamasi Guru Bhakta Sutva Siddhimapnya. Now, when Guru says Tattamasi, thou art that, Guru, when the Guru speaks this, that listen, indicating the same meaning. Having listened to the dictum from the Guru's word, thou, that thou art, from the mouth of the Guru, one will attain perfection. Guru Vakya, that's the highest category of student can get it. Like Ramakrishna got it from Tutakuri. Once he said, and within a split moment as it were, he got it. So, if the student is perfectly pure and Guru is perfectly ready, then in that an awakening of the knowledge happens instantly. So the Shishya, the student, will attain to that siddhi, the success of understanding real meaning and purport of this Mahavak. But how will you get it? It has its own spiritual sadhana. Guru Sevang Prakurvano, Guru Bhakti Parayana, Guru Kripa Vasat Partho, Labhya Atmana Samsayo. It's emphasizing too much on gurus because in those days there is no Google. Google engine can search you everything. You don't need any other guru. No, you don't go to Google library or anything. Just you have a question, Google search and Google will beat it. But in those days, gurus are the Google. All knowledge belongs to them. They have experience and they are the holder of the treasure. And they know that this treasure, even in the good food, should not be given to everyone if you cannot digest. So, Guru decides who is the proper student. And student, that's why the student's capability was very much considered there. Whether you are competent, you want to get admitted into the masters, in say you will be specializing in physics. Anyone cannot go, okay, I'll be a student of physics, take me like. See, your prerequisites are there, your certificate. Show me the certificate. How much you got in the other examination, etc., etc. So spiritual life also needs some such capabilities. But how it will come? By Guru Shiva, by serving Guru. Guru Bhakti Parayana, with the devotion to Guru. And by Guru's grace, O Partho, Atma, one will attain that Atman, the self, undoubtedly. Atma Vasanaya Yukto Jiggasu Shuddha Manaso Vishaya Shakti Santakya Swatmanam Vetti Sraddhaya. By his own faith and devotion, Sraddha, Atma Vasanaya Yukto. The student should be seeking for Atman only Vasana, only desire. I will know who am I, but I will realize who am I. Only that is the predominant desire, Jiggasu. And for that, he's questioning again and again and again. And his Suddha Manasa, his heart is pure. That means not tainted by the world and worldliness. And Vishaya Shakti Santakta. That person's mind should be so pure that it is only leaning towards the Atman, the pure self. And all the Vishaya, the sense objects, which distracts the mind, he is not interested in it. Things will be there, but his interest not interested. And giving up that type of asakti, Vishaya asakti, attachment to the sense objects, he can, by his own devotion and faith in Atman and his self, he can attain to his own knowledge. And वैराग्यं कारणं चादौ तद्भवेत् बुद्धिशुद्धिता कर्मणा चित्तशुद्धि sat visheshang sinukattate. So ultimately this will happen when the mind is pure. But how the mind will be pure? It is karmana chitta suddhi. They will have to do pure, selfless karma. By that, gradually the impurities of the mind will go away. এবং tad bhavet buddhi shuddhi. Buddhi, by karma, your mind will be pure. As the mind will be pure and understanding will be clear, buddhi shuddhi. And how it will happen? Its cause should be vairagya. Vairagya means detachment, renunciation. Renunciation is a fundamental thing in spiritual life. It is a subject I discuss again and again to understand it. That renunciation is a must in spiritual life. See, you are renouncing your other fun and joy sitting over here at that time. It is a renunciation. You could have so many other duties, other the friendship. You can enjoy your so many video CDs, that, or your friends, or talking to your friend. But you have renounced all this. This is a renunciation. Similarly, whatever we do for God, that takes us away from the world. And that is not forceful renunciation, but natural renunciation. And we should have natural renunciation. Mind should bend. That's why bhakti sadhana is also very important. That whenever I do anything, I do it for God. If you think that way, then you are not attached to the world. Your worldly work you are doing, but you are not doing the work like ignorant person. So that purifies the heart. So love for God is a fundamental thing. It's the cause of purity of the heart. And that comes because of the vairagya. But vairagya will come by pure selfless work. And selfless work, by that selfless work, mind becomes purer. And as the mind becomes pure, your understanding becomes clear. And then vairagya will be very natural there. So let me see. It says that renunciation is the primary cause of the knowledge of Brahman. Total renunciation, then total knowledge comes. When Ramakrishna was intoxicated in God consciousness, forgetful of everything, that is the point he was totally immersed in samadhi. No? In samadhi, where is world? Where is mind? Where is body? So total renunciation has happened. That's why renunciation is the primary cause for the knowledge of Brahman. This renunciation, how it will come to us, happens in the intellect becomes pure. How the intellect will be pure? Purification of the mind will create the intellect to be clear. So purification happens by how the mind will be pure, do selfless work, and listen to the details that will be described now, how it will bring that end result. Savarno ashrama dharmeno vedokteno cha karmana nishkamena sadacharo ishwaram paritoshaye. So what we have to do? It is not giving a big philosophy only, which will run over the head. Rather, he is giving some suggestion here where we are. It says, Savarna ashrama dharmena. We are born with certain tendencies and characteristics. A person born with the talent of a skill of some activity. To that activity, thinking that it is doing for God, mind will be pure. So, Savarna ashrama dharmena, by performing the actions according to one's own social duty, that is called the varna. And ashrama, which stage of life he is, student life, married life, retired life, or renunciate life, life of sannyas. Indian society was divided into four stages of life. 100 years of life has been segmented, 25 student life. Don't do anything, only focus on your study. And brahmacharya, celibate. Remain celibate up to 25 years, have only study and knowing the Vedas, knowing the wisdom, or not. Then you enjoy the life, 25 to 50. And then still you stay with your husband, wife, like brother, sister, and then develop and gradually path ultimately. In one life, the society was divided that way. So one should follow in which plane. So I'm a monk, I should have some way of practicing spirituality, living a life. No? So those who are involved into real responsibilities of life, they will have to live in a differently. So this according to their ashrama and varna, social duties. Social duties means society is divided into four: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmin people, their work is study of the scriptures, chanting of the mantras, performing puja for themselves or for the devotees or other people, as we do the Brahmin priests. Brahman, Kshatriya, the warrior class, military people, doing their performing their duties properly for the sake of protecting the innocent and protecting the country. Brahmins, Vaishya, good business people are necessary for the growth of a society. By doing good business, honest business, one can attain God realization. And then to Vaishya Shudra, the people, those who have to earn hard work, day-to-day activities, and they can make hard work and build up the society's development will happen. At the same time, they need not have to do so much study of the Vedas and things. They will simply perform their duties properly and offer it to, at the end of the day, they will salute, that is enough. So the society is divided into four types of duty oriented division, and also their age wise or their life stages of life. So according to that, one should perform all these responsibilities anyway. So by performing actions according to one's own social duty and the stage of life, acting according to the directions mentioned in the Vedas, he will not be moving in his own whims. He should be following. So it will be Vedoktena cha karmana. The karma you do what the Vedas have dictated. There is a dictation of the rishis, the sages, what should be the duty. Niskamena sadachara, and through the selfless work. And a person of noble conduct, then he will Ishwaran Paritusha. He should please God. So don't go to the Nirguna Nirvishya so fast, but take the Saguna and God, the love, full of compassion, selfless work, surrendering to Him, offering work, do your duties. See how spirituality should grow. A person should not in one stroke, I am Brahman. That does not work unless this background is there. So background is very strong background, selfless work, following the dictate of the teacher, what instruction he has given, practicing all the activities according to my stage of life, my position of where which duty I am ordained to do. You are a professor, professor has a duty. He is an engineer, engineer has a duty. Doctor has a duty. So if anyone does properly, fully, through that service itself, and if think I am offering my skill back to God, so the mind will be purified. So it is to build a strong society of a very strong character, and the society will run perfectly. The warriors will do their military force or the police force will do the just duty for their duty, what is to be duty for the protection of the weak people or the support the protect the interest of those who are helpless. Money to build the financial situation of the country, military force, money. If suppose a society, what a wonderful society will be dictated by the Brahmin. That means pure souls who only think impersonally to run the whole soul. That's why in India, there was in the early days, in each um, king used to have a court, and the court, Brahmin is the top in that. They will guide, and the kings will ask for suggestion what to do in this context because they are dispassionate people. They will guide the society, not like politics as is going on. Only for political reason, anything and everything can go on. So society should be like so that type of thing. If one does, that means a good person, dedicated person for the good of the society, doing selfless work, following Guru's instruction, having faith in oneself and in God, and following the dictate of the scriptures, they will attain to that realization. Ninth verse. Kama sankalpa santyagat ishara pritimanasa. Kama sankalpa, giving up, tyagat, renouncing or detaching from the lust and desires and for the pleasure of pleasing the Lord, Ishvaro Pritimanasa, Sadharma Palana, performing the duties according to your state of social position and your duties, Shraddha Bhakti Samannaya, a person who has faith and trust and devotion, Nityanaimittika Acharanam, Acharanat, who is observing Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma. What is Nitya Karma? Guru has told us to meditate every day, perform these duties, to follow what he has been said in exactly like that. Nitya karma, regular, regulatory. You have to meditate every day. You have to get up in the early morning, do certain things, charity, do something. So these are nitya karma. Naimittika karma, special days, fasting, special puja day coming, Shivaratri coming, or any in every religion there is some days of austerity. So nitya naimittika acharana brahmani karmana arpana and doing karma, all karma arpan, offering to God. Devayatana tirthanam darshanat, going round and round to the holy places of pilgrimage and Purishevanat and serving the deities there. Jatha vidhi kramenaivo buddhi suddhi prajayate. The purity of this understanding will grow yatha vidhi kramena by gradual. So how many duties have been given? It's called adhikari, competency. We must be competent to have it. So competent is how many quality? Sadharma palana. First of all, you observe your duties according to your station of life. You are a brahmachari, you are a married person, you are a what you call the retired person from job, or are you a totally detached person? No? According to sannyasi, if you are sannyasi has some duty. If you are a retired person, your lifestyle should be how Shastra, scripture has said. Follow that. And Shuddha Bhakti Savanna, no? Kama Sankalpa Tagat. One point, to give up as much as we can give our cravings for world and worldliness, as much as we can. Ishara Pritimanasa, due to whatever you are doing, thinking that it is for my pleasure, it is my pleasure to do for the Lord, I am doing. Sadharma Palana, by observing your own social stage of duty. Shraddha Bhakti Savanna, with love and devotion. Nitya Naimittika Acharanat, you have to do regularly japa, dhapa, dhyana, meditation, practice. Nitya and special time, people do Purascharana. There's thousands and thousands of japa. Totally engaged in japa, 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 japa. We do that one day, busy, 24 hours, no? So if someone can do 24 hours, I will do today, 24 hours. I will be repeating, repeating, repeating. That is the meaning of upavasa. Upavasa means fasting. People fast only and think of food day and night. But this should be upavasa means upa
Sitting there.
means coming, upa means close, close to God. Your mind should be so close to God. When you're thinking God, you don't have the time to eat or don't feel like eating. So anyhow, so Brahmani karma no arpana. We are doing a whole morning till night. We are doing all types, some karma or other karma. Even breathing is a karma. Eating is a karma. Feeding is a karma. Giving a glass of water is a karma. Mopping the floor is a karma. So that karma, Brahmani Arpana, I am offering it to Brahman or God. Deva Ayatana Tirthana, you go to the pilgrimage for holy places because holiness, the idea of holiness will be awakened. We are seeing one Swami now, he is in Narmada. Ah, he is in the bank of Narmada. They say, immediately our mind goes, oh my God, it's a holy place, holy place. No, we think that holy place, that holiness touches our heart as it were a little bit. So you go to holy places like that and serve the sadhus and the temple priests there. Jathavidi Kramenaiva. In this Krom, if you follow Buddhi Suddhi, your Buddhi, the dull Buddhi, the worldly minded Buddhi will be Shuddha, will be purified. পাপেন মলিনা বুদ্ধি কর্মণা শোধিতা যদি তদা শুদ্ধ ভবেৎ শৈব মলদোষ বিবর্জনা. Papeno molina buddhi, our buddhi, our intellect has become diluted or it can become clouded or uh, it has become foggy. How? Molodosha, because of the some negativity has entered into it, worldliness has entered into it. That's why it is full of those thoughts. But when it will be purified by karmana sudhita, you have to purify by karma. So importance of karma, as Bhagavad Gita says, this Shanti Gita also emphasizing because and also so practical. Even in this century, how many people will meditate? You can go to vipassana meditation and think that you are a great meditator. You have done 10 days and you have thought about sitting straight. But what is that for your whole life? You have to do every day. That's why these are everyday issue. All the karma, whatever you're doing, you can purify it by offering it to God. That idea, what this Ramakrishna mission, Sri Ramakrishna came and de-emphasized that. Karma, karma no, it is service to God. Jiva Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. It is Shiva you are doing by serving animal. So it is that attitude. When it is done, then karmana sodhita jadi yada, when it is purified by karma, then mala dosa vivarjana, mind will be freed from mala and dosa. When with the intention to please God, one point, renouncing desires and resolutions, two, performing one's own duty in according coordination with the devotion and faith, four, carrying out regular and periodic duties, five, offering all actions to Brahman. Six, the Supreme Self, eh? The visiting the temples and places of pilgrimage and serving in those places, purification of the heart will happen. The mind has become impure by evil deeds, evil thoughts, evil actions. When cleansed by meritorious deeds, the same mind becomes pure by giving up the defects and impurities. The same mind which has become cluttered by egotistic thinking, doing bad, or creating suffering for others, counteracting the karma, doing good to others, serving God in others, mind will be purified. Now, nirmalaya tatra partha. When the mind becomes nirmal, nirmal means stainless, pure. Oh partha, when the mind is purified, then what will happen? Viveko upajayate. Then automatically that mind will be discernful. They will understand what is permanent, what is impermanent. Why I am running for this? What is the benefit of it? What will be the end result? That thought will be dominant in his heart. That discernment, that viveka will be born in him. Then King Satyam, Kim Asattam, Vetti Alochana Tatpara. what is essential, what is permanent, what is important, what is we want, Kim Asattam, and what is not real, what is unreal. This you can understand, the mind will recognize that vivek of the discernment, the discernment will come spontaneously. So you see, you can take the habit of discernment, analysis, this is the unreal, that is real, everything is changing. That's one way. At the same time, you cannot do 24 hours. So, whatever work you are doing, if you do selflessly, dedicating to God without attachment, then that will create this spontaneous feeling of this discernment. That mind will automatically bend towards that, those who are doing selfless work. ब्रह्मसत्यम जगन मिथ्या विवेका दृढ़ निश्चय ततो वैराग्यम आशक्ति प्रत्यागी की ततो ब्रह्मसत्यम जगन मिथ्या विवेका दृढ़ निश्चय ततो वैराग्यम आशक्ति त्यागो मिथ्यात्मकेषु च. Then Brahma Sattam, then the idea when you hear Brahman alone is truth and other is all wrong, that Viveka Vicharo distinction, you will be established firmly in that. And from that, tremendous sense of renunciation will come. And that renunciation will push you out of all the mithya, temporary, apparently visible realities in which you are involved. So that will be the result of what? This is very practical. Here what is talking is very practical for us to follow. Not only we talk always of the theory, too big theory, but this is the practical side of it. Unless this practical side is performed, the net result will never come because there is no foundation. The structure cannot be built up. Brahman, O Partha, if the mind is purified, the faculty of discernment, viveka, is born, and then one becomes engaged in deliberation about what is real and what is unreal. The mindset will be like that. Ramakrishna could not tolerate talking of any worldly things. The mind is such. Someone is asking to give money to Ramakrishna, 10,000 rupees those days. And he is feeling such renunciation, such disgust for that. He cried out, "Ah, Are, someone gives $10,000 to me, how happy I shall be now." And Ramakrishna, see, he is crying and he is feeling pain.
His headache started.
His headache started. So Viveka has gone to that part. That's the example. So that is the process. So Brahman alone is real. From such discernment comes a firm conviction, and from that discernment arises dispassion, and then comes tremendous power to renounce sense objects which are totally false. You need not have to make any effort. Uh, Ramakrishna, any sensory thing which is so peaceful, his hand will shrink. You give some money, his hand bends. He cannot touch it. You put it under the bed, and he unconsciously comes and sits and he jumps out. It is repelling, forcing you, get out. So that becomes the ultimate. Ramakrishna's life is a demonstration. We don't understand how it will happen and what will be the intensity of that renunciation, detachment. Ramakrishna is not knowing anything. Practice such intense love for God or detachment, and that is, he cannot hold a touch of it. Someone, even when he's samadhi, someone is holding him and he feels bad. It's as if his mood is going down. Who? It happened with Sri Chaitanya. Huh? in Maharaj Prataprudra, the king Prataprudra, the king of Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha, and he was his disciple. So once he was in ecstatic mood and he touched him, and he said, who has touched me? Because the people are not of that level of purity, they cannot take it. There's a, they feel the pangs of suffering. So their lives are the example. Yes, it happens. It is possible. So if we practice a little bit, we will not. Ramakrishna said, "I have done 16 annas, means the 100 cent. You do at least 1 cent effort. For us, it is enough. If we can do 1 cent." Now, next verse 14. Bhoggam vai bhogi bhogam vishayamayo vishamayam visham. Bhoggam vai bhogi bhogam vishamaya or vishayam. Ploshini chapipatni vittam chitta pramatang nidhanakara dhanam shatruvat putra kanne mitram mitro patapam vanamayo bhavanam cha chandu bandho vargaha sarvam taktva viragi nijohite nirato shokholave prasanta. Is giving extreme example of renunciation. What happens by practicing this principle, what he has just suggested, selfless karma to this, and analysis of this, heart will accept the truth, it will run away from sense objects. Ramakrishna could not hear worldly talk. Ramakrishna could not sit on that place where there is a newspaper. In those days, newspaper were more honest. Huh? Ramakrishna could not see. He would take out and then sprinkle Ganga water there to purify the place. So such things can come as an example. Here says it, what will happen then? When dispassion arises in someone, what will happen? The objects and acts of enjoyment will appear like poison. Huh? Objects of enjoyment, we go for fun. We go for seeing this, seeing that, enjoying this, dinner. For him, it will be like poison. Poison means what? If someone gives me poison, why would I release or would I reject? His mind will be such. Any fun, joy of the worldly thing, he will not release. If he goes there, he will feel foreign there and how to run away from that place. So the object and acts of enjoyment will appear like poison. The most beloved spouse will appear to be the giver of pain for that type of person, no? Because their mind is so concentrated in God or the self, anything comes in between, it will be intolerable pain. It happens, no? When the human love, what happens? When romantic love starts, what happens? If someone comes in between the friends, it's taking away my time, maybe 1 minute. That time is intolerable. It's a human experience that happens for spiritual life also. It is to be understood as it happens here, how much intense will be that when mind will be pure and it is running to God and someone comes in between to disturb that. It will be appearing like a poison. It will appearing as the pain. Wealth. Wealth is so joyful. Wealth seems to be the tormentor of the heart. It will start tormenting the heart. Ramakrishna. Wealth was tormenting him. As soon as the Marwari, that rich person came and offered that it will be not for you, your people will come, you will can utilize for them. Your room, you can keep it clean, many people come. Bed sheet is torn, and no one to take care, someone will take care. And that created a torment in his mind. Money appears to be a killer. So Ramakrishna, money is a killer. Yeah. So that will be the condition. The sons and daughters seem to be enemies. And it is an extreme position. Don't try to match in our context here. It is talking about the highest person of renunciation. What is the end result? Friends seem to be Friends seem to be scorchers like the sun. Huh? You go to the hot summer and scorching sun. How you feel? Those who are friends, we think, oh, he's my friend. I have a good friend. Good friend is he who reminds you of God. But when friendship, so-called friendship in the world, as we know, for other areas, we find delight in seeing some friend after a long time. But he will feel as if he's scorching because that will distract his mind into again old thoughts, old ideas, old actions. The home full of friends and relatives will appear like a desolate forest, infested with deep dark well, infested with tiger, wolves, and other ferocious animals. And it is giving an extreme example of what renunciation can create in a mind. Ramakrishna's position, we have to read Ramakrishna's life to understand a little bit of this. At the point of time, Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, where is friend? Where is family? Where is nobody in the world? He's like a mad guy, day and night crying, weeping, and ma, ma, ma. People from distance used to come and see Ramakrishna crying and rubbing his face on the sandy bed. They used to think, oh my God, why this? He was not a very old person that time, young man. And they said, oh, why he's crying so much? Probably he's away from his parents, mom, and that's why he's crying. But he's not crying for the mother of the universe. That intensity is so deep. The whole body of well wishers will appear like a deep, dark well. A dispassionate person, having renounced all these things, will adhere to engaging himself in his own welfare and attaining the eternal bliss. No? So, what will you do? This type of mentality will grow, and that person will be isolating himself. That's why people used to go to the Himalayas, sitting in a cave, even not with with other friends. Similar minded people, they also they avoid. I have seen some sadhus like that. So he is in a congregation of monks. In a congregation of monks, they are talking about maybe some spiritual issues, but he's so indrawn and so much pushed inside eh, for his meditation and prayer. Mind has become so pure that time. If they see those friends are chit chatting and he is to pass through them, he will say, oh my God, if I go, I will be caught. So he takes a turn and goes to his isolated cottage. No? So that is the point. You need not have to make any effort. This is spontaneous behavior. That will be the behavior of a person. 15 verse attached to worldly enjoyment, deeply bewildered, always running after wealth, roaming around whimsically, attached to the family, friends, and relatives, mind anxiously engaged in the maintenance of his own family members, the depressed, ever restless and confounded, thinking day and night, where can I procure something, even a little worth of as grass? Worldly people are confused, turning away from the nectar of happiness, carry on a load of suffering, and cry out, ha 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 ha. Huh? So on the contrary, the worldly person, those who are totally engaged in world and worldliness, they attach themselves to the world, worldly fun and enjoyment. They don't find any time for God and on any. If you ask them, hey, here is a spiritual discourse going on, come, come. Well, I have no time. I'm busy. Uh, that may be, and they'll go. They will make an excuse to go to the party. There's nothing. So that is the tendency of the mind. It is one set of mind goes this way, and spiritual people will be transformed. And God realization comes to those people who purify themselves. And because whatever we get attached, these are all momentary. So they have understood this and fall in love with God so that God love pull them close to the inside. 16 verse. From Brahma to a blade of grass, all these objects are disgusting, like dog excreta, therefore are to be rejected. along with the desire to enjoy them. So that is the only coming to him heart who is purified, so purified, uh, everything things insipid for them. 17 verse. Desires for sense enjoyments do not arise when one feels they are in disgusting as eating the vomited food. Thereafter, by practice of the control of mind and senses, samo damo, endurance, desisting from any worldly enjoyment and actions, followed by equanimity of mind, comes faith and trust that the words of the Upanishads and spiritual teacher are confirmed truth. Huh? So, in this type of mindset, a little bit of this mindset comes, then we grow love and faith in the words of the scriptures, in the word of the Guru. They are not cheat. What they are saying, they are for our spiritual welfare. The desire to be liberated by breaking the knots of worldly bondage, that is called the desire for liberation. The seeker, endowed with all these spiritual practices, should take refuge then in a spiritual teacher. Guru is the giver of wisdom and the direct savior from the ocean of worldliness. Through the grace of the Holy Guru, the disciples will be able to cross the ocean of worldliness. Without the spiritual teacher, there is neither knowledge nor liberation, nor even any chance of reaching a blessed state. Therefore, a wise person should please the Guru with diligent effort and through service. When perfectly pleased by the service, the Guru then will awaken the disciple by teaching, you are not the body, neither the sense organs, nor the vital energy, nor even the mind and intellect. You are the witness and the observer of these, the body, mind, senses, and the embodiment of existence, consciousness, and bliss absolute. One will attain knowledge immediately as soon as one, a competent student, devoid of all obstacles, listen to the teachings of the Guru. So then later part is very easy, but first part is the difficulty. And we don't do the first part. We always want that story. पहले मेरे को गुरु बना लीजिए. A student went to a teacher and asked, Sir, what is the duty of a teacher and what is the duty of a student? The teacher said, student will have to do so many things. They will have to collect the firewood, we will have to make the dough, make the breakfast, make the lunch, make the and all this, then take care of his guru and study the scriptures and
in the morning.
still get her and do yes, reading the scripture, meditation, prayer, etc. What guru have to do? Guru will sit and give you advice. Then do please kindly do one thing, make me the guru first. Huh? So because it is so that is the point. It is spirituality is so profound that it goes on only on practice. No, you have to understand this advice is not given to a monk. This advice is given to Arjuna. This extreme renunciation, what he talked about, to whom? He is a king, he is a warrior, he is in a field of war. And then he's giving the total picture of it. It is as if you are giving a diagram of the whole plan of life. And then how much you can do, take that much. But otherwise, for the next category of student, knowledge comes forth of its own when obstacles are destroyed by combined practice and reflection and contemplation again and again. As one feels happy when one finds his neck also a gold that was forgotten. In the same manner, the person who has accomplished his goal attains supreme bliss and total liberation at that very moment. Uh, as it is called, not to get something new. It is there. The Atman is here now. Now, at this point of ignorance, it is there. But by this process of purification, it feels, oh, it is here. I am here. that knowledge will come. It is called praptasya prakti. What you have attained, you get it again, as it were. You forgot, you have a gold chain, uh, and now you see, oh, it is here. By faith in Guru Vakya, somebody says, hey, it is here. Look at that. In ignorance, you will not listen to that. You will look the other side. But when the mind will be purified, Guru Vakko will be, Guru says this, and attention will go there. And purified mind will be self respect, carry self respect, respect for God, respect for Guru. O Jadava, the individual soul is always the doer and the enjoyer, whereas the Brahman, the Supreme, is actionless. Given the incompatibility of opposite nature, how is the knowledge of oneness between them is possible? It is another question, but we have no time today. But we have read up to 27 verses. No? And Arjuna says, Oh, oh Krishna, this is my doubt. There is no other than you who can destroy this doubt for me. I have taken refuge in you. Please remove this doubt totally from me. Now he will say this question will be solved next day. He says, say individual soul like you and me, we think that I am the doer, I do, I am the enjoyer, I suffering or pain and pleasure, both I experience. Where Brahman is always actionless. Here it is action, I am involved in action, Brahman is actionless. How those two can compatibly become one? You say, great dictum, I am that. How that can merge together? That is my question. And then please tell me. So then he will be talking about the purification, tattamasi, shodhan, purification. Who aham means I am not the body, mind, intellect, ego. Pil up. Purification of the I. And thou, God is sitting in the heaven with a rod in hand. Get out of that quality of rod in hand. Get out of the quality of control. Get out of the quality of creation, sustenance. It is the Satchidananda. Here is Ananda, there is Ananda. You are tuned in one level. That's called Mahabhakko Vichara. It's one of the greatest thing to learn in Vedanta. That we will be reading next time from verse number 28. Om Shanti. Hari Om Tatsa. Sri Ram Krishna Panam Astu. Now we have, as usual, some questions maybe. We are part of that capital. And why did avidya or ignorance set in? We are part of it, not we are that. Not only part, but we are that. But really, why it is? Why then avidya or ignorance set in? It is not there. Vedanta will say it has not happened. You are mistaken. You are in a dream. You are feeling that you are bound, but you are not bound. Swami Vivekananda says, let go thy hold. Sannyasin bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. Let go thy hold. You are thinking you are ignorant. You are thinking you are limited. Get out. Give up. And you are here now. So really, that is avidya has ignorance. Cannot come, but it has come. Ignorance has no reason why it comes. No. Why you see in darkness a snake where there is the rope? Why do you see that in you're moving in a very dark area or alone in a frightful area, a stump of wood and thinking that the ghost is standing there? No explanation. Why do you dream violent dreams while you are sitting in your lying in your beds comfortably? No one knows. So that is the As in the dream we see good or bad dreams, being comfortably well protected in my bed. So similarly, I am in my bed, eternal place of solitude, purity and strength. That is Satchidananda. And I am dreaming all this dream. So why it has happened? Dream, when the dream will break, then answer will come. In the dream, you cannot understand this. Swami Vivekananda said. You are in the middle of the dream, and you see in the dream there is a tiger chasing you. And then you say, hey, why the tiger came? No, tiger is real. Tiger will catch you. But you wake up and see there is neither tiger, neither you. No one is running, no one is chasing. You are perfectly okay. So this is the dream, play of dream. That one answer is given by our sages that this world is not real. You are thinking it is real. You yourself ignore this world. From you it vanishes in your deep sleep. How much is of this sensitivity of this world? It does not stay even in your sleep state. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we are reading about that. Pita bhavanti, mata, gata or gat. So there is nothing, no one is there. There is no father, there is no mother, there is no nothing. But in the dream, you are creating all these things. Is there anything in the dream you see? When you see the dream, where does it go? If in a dream world I can push my hand around,
That is Maya, that is ignorance.
that is the point. So you cannot talk about that. But when the dream breaks, then you know it was a dream. So whatever the scripture suggests us, we will not understand. When we wake up from our dream, the long dream of ignorance, then we'll be able to tell. Not now. If we try to meditate using guided meditation audio, since we are attentive towards listening, does that hinders us from getting our mind waves to subside and going deeper into ourselves. If we try to meditate using guided meditation audio, yes, you can. Yes, people can do that. Anything, guided meditation. You can create your guided meditation. You read a Gospel of Ramakrishna in one chapter, one description, and see there. Ramakrishna is in the Balaram Bose's house in the second floor in his room. He's coming down, and then Swami Vivekananda, Naren is there, Balaram is there. All imagine M is there. They're coming down these steps, and his Ramakrishna got intoxicated. All this description is written. Just think. You can dictate your mind. You need not have to listen to some audio, but audio also someone can read very well, and you can keep your time. That is called the one type of meditation that helps. It is called Leela Dhyan, meditation on the divine sport. Did Ramakrishna avoid money because they only use the money is to facilitate interacting with the world? Money would be a very big distraction. Yeah, for a person, you look at that. Money creates so much trouble, no? All brothers and sisters together grown, played together. When mom dies or dad dies, brother go into lawsuit and kill each other for the money and property. No, so this is the problem. The money for minimum living we need money, but money has no other greater interest. It can be used for good cause for serving others. Huh? But money and God, if two are compared together, so money's value will be less. You look at that when the sadhus are in the Himalayas, for the money and God, what is preferable? They are living on God only, They are not looking after what money can give comfort, physical comfort. But we should not identify ourselves with them. Are we just read ashrama dharma? In what stage of life you are and what skill you have adopted. You would be best in that level and do your duties that will purify the heart. Why did Sri Ramakrishna decided to be reborn even though Holy Mother protested to the very idea? That you can ask Ramakrishna. But my thought is that Ramakrishna will have to come means you see the condition of the world. God comes down when the situation becomes very bad. Eh, the powerful king comes with his force down to solve to straighten the evils. So God comes again and again to purify the society, to help the society. So probably Sri Ramakrishna decided to be reborn for that reason. Eh, but when they will come, how they will come, only God can say that. But we should have to focus on our spiritual practice as we read today, very practical. These ideas should be put into our practice, and then end result will happen. Our attention should be, we always look at the end result of liberation. I am the Atman, I will be established in absolute joy. This is only word, but you have to start where we are. How we'll be in the world, at the same time we'll be mentally detached and absorbed in our divine self. So this should be the practice. And karma, so much emphasis of karma has been given, selfless work and dedication to God. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Tomorrow we will be having gospel class. I am going to give the gospel class tomorrow also at 7:30. Thank you all for joining online and in person. I do not know how many joined. We see that 3%.
No, no, the other one, there were
3%
40,
one
no,
is here.
40, no, 40 people were there.
Anyhow, 3% out of that 1% is here.